So the truth is about these guys, I have two strong opinions. I think Dillon Gabriel's size is an issue. I would have a hard time building around him. He's small. He's serious and he's businesslike. I like his temperament more than Shedeur, who's silly and kind of goofy. But I think Shedeur was underdrafted. Shedeur is bigger. I think he moves well. I would choose Shedeur over Dillon Gabriel, but Kevin Stefanski.
Shedeur outplayed Dillon Gabriel in both practice and in the preseason in their starts. No matter if it's a half each player played, you can't have it both ways. You can't say Dillon played as well, if not better, than Shedeur, and then
quarterbacks, one spotlight. The room is split. The stakes are real. Before we go any further, hit like and subscribe. If you love Shedeur, then comment one line for Shedeur. Here is where I stand, and I'm not hedging. I have two strong opinions. Dillon Gabriel has a size issue. I would have a hard time building around him. He is small for the league and small for the plan. On the other side, Shedeur Sanders was underdrafted. He is bigger. He moves well. If I have to choose, I take Shedeur over Dillon Gabriel. Shedeur outplayed Dillon in practice and in the preseason in their starts. That is the tape. No matter if it was a half for each man. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot say Dillon played as well as Shedeur. You cannot say he played better than Shedeur. The quarterback debate got louder the second Dillon Gabriel hit the NFL stage. The room filled with takes. Then a national voice dropped a hammer. Enter Colin Cowherd. He watched Gabriel's debut and he did not sugarcoat it. If this is the offense moving forward, the team is in trouble. It was not only about the interceptions or a few shaky plays, it was about the profile. He said size is a real long-term problem for Dillon. Then he pivoted to Shedeur Sanders. He lined up both starts side by side and picked a winner. He'll go with Sanders. He even said Shedeur was underdrafted. That is high praise in a hungry league. Cowherd did more than pick a side. He laid out why the decision in Cleveland may have gone the other way. He said Kevin Stefanski might have gone for seriousness and accuracy. Fewer headlines, cleaner execution. He zoomed out to the front office view. He said general managers across the League One quarterbacks who are great but also boring. The type of players who will not pull attention away from the work. The type who will not add the pressure of being a star off the field. That is not a knock on talent. It is a preference for control. And that is where Shedeur is different. He brings an aura. He excites fans the second he shows up. He raises expectations. The second he steps in the huddle, that is juice and it is weight at the same time. It is a lot of added pressure for a team that wants a solid and reliable offense. So Cowherd argued that is why the Browns went with Dillon Gabriel over Shedeur Sanders. Gabriel may not bring flash, but he can bring stability and focus. Fewer waves, more rhythm, safer water. Then the story flipped. Browns GM Andrew Berry watched Shedeur drop a masterclass and he could not hide it. He went public with pride. He said he was proud of how Shedeur handled himself. He praised how he operated on the field. He added that nobody is perfect. The tone felt like a father figure. It sounded like belief in Shedeur and belief in his potential. That kind of endorsement changes energy in a building. It changes the way you talk about the room. You could hear that energy in the words. Really, really good. Proud of you. Cool. Really, really nice. You are not fully proud. Kind of this. No, I am proud. Look. Pretty plays. You operated like a pro. Just stacked days. I love when you tell the facts, dude. I do not know, but it is okay. It is okay. You did a nice job. Take what you learned tonight, apply it to the joint practices, roll it into the next. That is support. That is direct. That is growth talk. Now bring in Stephen A. Smith. He joined the debate and turned the heat up. He said Shedeur Sanders is the better player when you compare him to Dillon Gabriel. He did not hide from pressure. He said the noise around Shedeur was heavy. Every snap judged, every read debated, and Shedeur still exceeded expectations. He played at a high level with the target on his back. Stephen A. said those are the moments where Shedeur shines. That is where you find out who your quarterback is. Stephen A. pushed on the details. He said Shedeur outperformed Dillon in the first run of plays. He did not ignore Dillon either. He said Dillon had moments of real quality. A few mishaps made the full picture less than perfect. He gave Dillon credit where it was due. But when it comes down to game situations, he believes Shedeur is better. He said it plain. That is not shade on Dillon Gabriel. He came out and had a couple of mishaps, what have you. He played well, and I give him credit. But watching Shedeur move the offense, I thought his performance was slightly better than Dillon Gabriel. Then Stephen A. turned from the field to the mic. He did not hold back on Dillon Gabriel's comments about Shedeur. He called it a really dumb comment to make. He said a quarterback should focus on his game, master the playbook, execute under pressure. Do not take shots at teammates or the media. That noise only hurts the team. It takes focus off the work. It invites drama into the locker room. He went further. He said Dillon threw himself under the bus, put himself in the middle of public scrutiny, and nobody did that to him. He did it to himself. Stephen A. said it clear. Others will be merciless. They will not be wrong. Who instigated that fury against you? It would be you. Very, very idiotic and stupid for you to say what you said. That is a harsh line. It lands because the stakes are real. Then he drew a sharp contrast. He said Shedeur is better at managing the media, better at handling external pressure. If Shedeur had said the same kind of thing, the storm would have been wild. He would have been excoriated for talking about the media that way. Dillon is getting the benefit of the doubt right now. But Stephen A. made it clear the reaction would have been very different if Shedeur had slipped like that. He closed that arc with a bottom line. Whatever positive moments Dillon had got overshadowed by his own remarks, he still gave Dillon credit for. The tape. He said Dillon had good moments in the game. On third downs, he went 6 for 6. He completed his passes with touch. He showed composure in the pocket. He moved with purpose. There was a lot to like about Dillon Gabriel on the field. The problem is head threw shade on his own performance by paying attention to stuff that does not help wins. That is the warning. That is the lesson. So where are we right now? The quarterback debate is at a peak. The spotlight on Dillon Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders is only getting brighter. Fans are split in comment sections and in living rooms. Analysts are split on air and on timelines. Both quarterbacks bring real strengths and real weaknesses. And the conversation jumped a level when Colin Cowherd stepped in. The room got louder. The takes got sharper. Cowherd made it clear he prefers Shedeur. He also believes the Browns lean toward Dillon for stability. He said general managers tend to favor quarterbacks who are solid, even if they are not spectacular. Leaders who will not stir up too much attention. Leaders who value calm and routine. Dillon with a quieter presence fits that mold. He looks like stability in a helmet. But there's a flip side. Shedeur brings flair and he performs under pressure. He is the more exciting choice. He brings belief. He brings a spark that can tilt a locker room. That spark also brings extra scrutiny. That is the trade-off. Stephen A. landed in a similar place with a sharper edge. He said Shedeur has proven himself in pressure moments. He criticized Dillon for off-field comments that do not help the team. He said those distractions cut into trust. He said Shedeur's ability to handle the media while playing at a high level in the middle of heavy expectations sets him apart right now. He drew a line between talent and temperament. He said Shedeur checks both. Now step back and look at the field. Dillon Gabriel has had real flashes. Timing routes with touch, RPO decisions with speed, poise when the pocket squeezes. On third downs, he was perfect in that key stretch. 6 for 6, that wins drives. That wins respect. Yet the noise he created off the field put a cloud over the night. It dragged the conversation away from ball, away from progress. That is the kind of thing you cannot afford in a tight race. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders keeps stacking answers. He handles pressure with poise. He takes the heat and answers with production. He brings an aura but backs it with control. He looks like a pro in the details. Command in the huddle. Calm eyes pre-snap. Clean mechanics. He was underdrafted and people are saying it out loud now. You can feel the shift. You can hear it from a GM. You can hear it from big voices on national shows. So what matters most to you? Do you want the great but boring driver who will not rock the boat? Or do you want the star who brings heat and the extra burden of expectation? Do you want calm water? Or do you want waves that can move the tide? Do you want seriousness and accuracy above all? Or do you want a creator who rises when the lights come on? Here is what cannot be ignored. If this is the offense moving forward, and it keeps Dillon in tight windows with no margin, then the team is in trouble. If the staff tilts the system toward what he does well, that can change. On the other side, if you lean into what Shedeur does well and let him move and rip with confidence, the ceiling jumps. That is what the preseason starts showing. That is what practice reps suggested. That is why this debate is so heated. This is pro ball. Every inch matters. Size matters when lanes close. Poise matters when chaos hits. Words matter when cameras roll. Dillon Gabriel is fighting to prove size will not cap his ceiling. He is fighting to prove his third down poise is not a blip. He needs to keep the focus on play, not on quotes, not on noise. Shedeur Sanders is fighting a different fight. He is proving that the bright light does not burn him. It fuels him. He is proving that underdrafted does not mean underrated. It just means underbelieved until now. Till now. So I put it to you. Who has the edge right now, Dillon Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders? Do you agree with Colin Cowherd that a steady presence is the better fit for the Browns? Or do you ride with Stephen A. Smith, who says Shedeur thrives under pressure and is the better player overall? How much do off-field comments and media attention impact a quarterback on the field? Is Dillon's recent misstep going to define him? Or will he bounce back stronger and smarter? Drop your take in the comments. I read them all. Hit like and subscribe so you'll never miss the next breakdown. And if you love Shedeur, then comment one line for Shedeur. The debate is not over. It is just getting started. Lights up, mic hot. Let's go.
Thanks for staying informed with us. If you found this update helpful, give it a thumbs up, drop your thoughts in the comments, share the video with others who should know, and hit that subscribe button with the bell so you're always first to hear the latest breaking stories.